Greetings, 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 everyone. This is Mama Khemmy Flowers, and greetings. I hope you guys are having a beauty-filled day, a wonderful day, a love-filled day, a joy-filled day, a courage-filled day, a fearlessness-filled day, all those beautiful things. Um, Happy Moon Day. Today, I really wanted, gonna start talking more about the womb and women's issues and things of that nature. So, uh, childbirthing, natural childbirthing, holistic childbirthing, balanced childbirthing. Um, it is the most beautiful experience. Um, just to be a part of the birthing experience with all of these women that I've been a part of this with. And it's always a new joy to assist in bringing in life. Um, Essentially, the way that I feel from a vibrational point of view, I feel that it should just be the mother and the father present to bring in this beautiful child that they have created. But just as time has gone on and we've gotten so far outside of ourselves, it's necessary to have, I guess, somebody there to help coach and just to make sure things are going smoothly. They have midwives, doulas, what I am, just different professional nurses, doctors, all these different individuals are now getting their hands involved in the birthing processes. Um, Whether you decide to have your child in the hospital or have your child at home naturally, unassisted, assisted, whatever, there are some things that you really need to research and think about before you go into the hospital and let them just take over everything. One thing that I have noticed is that they treat women as if they're like sick at the hospital. You know, they treat us like we're sick, and you have all the say. Putting together a birthing plan, if you decide, even if you're doing, let's say you are doing a home birth, I feel like a birthing plan, Plan B, your emergency plan, should include the hospital. If something were to go wrong and you have to be rushed to the hospital, you should have things in place. You should have already sent them a certified letter showing everything that you know, would that you expect, that you want. Um, and if they don't follow through, you can, go from there. But it's important to have all of your wishes, sorry, but all of your everything that you want, have that on paper and in writing, um, sending that to them ahead of time, as well as keeping a hard copy on yourself along with the certified mail receipt stating that they did in fact receive the notice stating that, I don't want my child vaccinated, or I do want my child vaccinated. Personally, I'm anti vaccinations. That's just my personal opinion based off of all the things that I've observed and seen, and the chemicals and the things that they're trying to do to people through vaccinations. So, yeah, having a birthing plan. Who do you want in the room? Who do you not want in the room? Um, what kind of foods do you want the child removed from your room at any point, or do you want the baby to be with you? Formula. Don't give my child formula. I prefer to breastfeed. Those type of things should be listed out. Any kind of drugs, medications, vitamins, those type of things should be listed in your birth plan of things that you do or do not want. Do research. Contact the hospital nearest you in which you will be giving birth, and if you are giving birth or would be rushed to in the event of an emergency, and make sure that you ask all of the questions necessary to fill out a birthing plan so that you have everything that you need going in. Um, a lot of doulas are very familiar with all the laws and things, or just how different hospitals work. If you do have a doula, ask her if she is familiar with all the different laws, requirements, and those type of things, and just how to navigate the medical system, you know, who to talk to, and all those type of different things. If you do not have a doula and you plan on doing unassisted, I really I I can't speak on unassisted birth. I've never had an unassisted birth. I have a C-star of mine that delivered unassisted by herself at home. She had another doula, and it just the baby just came so quick before anybody could get there. Hubby was at the store, her king was at the store with the other little young star, and they were just it is the most amazing and beautiful story. So as far as um, speaking on unassisted birthing, I can't really speak on that, but what I will do is I will put her contact information. She is on Twitter. I will put her contact information, her at mention name down there so that if anybody you just need to contact or just reach out to somebody who's done it and can express to you and share with you their experience. That's the most beautiful thing that you can do. If you're planning on having a birthing at home or any of those things are interested, make sure that you arm yourself with information and knowledge. Make sure that you are comfortable. Learn the things that are going to be happening with your body. Learn the different things to look out for. Be comfortable in knowing that you are capable of doing these things. Your ancestors that came before you gave birth and did these things without the interference of all these different drugs and different things at the hospital and all that kind of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not anti-Western medicine. I feel that there's a place for everything. In an emergency situation, those things can come in handy, but I do not feel that it should be the primary. I feel like it should be very much be secondary. And it should not be something that um, yeah, it just should not be something having your child in the hospital, or if you do have it in the hospital, the utilization of all the drugs and different things should not be. Your body produces all the chemicals and all the hormones, everything that it needs during childbirth, and a lot of these chemicals that they put in the body, these drugs actually slow it down and cause issue. Um, I've never experienced a childbirthing at home where a cesarean section was required. A lot of times these cesarean sections are required if a previous cesarean section was given, or if everything is not progressing quickly enough for all those things. Using the drugs, those drugs are a lot of times slow down the woman's natural processes, slows everything down. So it's important that you know are knowledgeable and know these things. Talk to somebody that has had a home birth. Go on a forum. I want to start some of these things, forums and different things like that, for women that I've helped birth babies, or for just individuals that are interested and just want some more resources. There are some things um, that just people just don't really know about in this time as it pertains to the natural childbirthing and things. Lotus birthing is something that I've loved for a while now. It's just so beautiful that when a child is born, that the umbilical cord, the placenta, is essentially, it's like the little mother. A placenta is what's been giving the baby the nutrients and the love and the care and all these things. So it's important that the baby, and I mean, first of all the blood from the cord is gone. That is information. That is like the download. So it's kind of like if you have a computer and then you have and then you have a drive or something, some kind of flash drive, and you're downloading something, and you all of a sudden pull the flash drive out, and it says that it only downloaded 15% of the information into the computer. The other 85% is still inside of the flash drive. So you have now the computer, the hardware, the body, the flesh has only 15% of the information. So it's important that we realize this. Yes, there's more DNA and cells and all that inside in the cord blood for a good reason. The baby needs that. That is necessary. Don't try to take that information and store it and all the kind of stuff. The baby needs this. This is this information. But they do this to cut you off from source, cut you off from the Most High. They pump you full of the marinosol and all these different vaccinations and all these different things with mercury and aborted fetal tissue and all these things to calcify you, to harden the pineal gland, to do a lot of things. Um, it's a lot going on out here. It is definitely a war. If it's a spiritual war that has manifested in the physical, um, and it's evident by all of the things that are doing. We're having a lot of children that are being born, um, and being given vaccination shots and becoming damaged by the vaccination shots. But at the same time, and that's like a lot of people say, autism, whatever. But we also have some children that exhibit some so-called autistic properties that are not autistic but are being treated and medicated. They are here to help bring the balance. They are here to help us. They're here to share something. They are here to heighten our vibration. A lot of these children do not communicate in this primitive speak that we call language. They communicate telepathically. And when I realized this through working with some autistic children and just engaging with them and seeing how they get upset and angry because nobody understands them, we are trying to force them to communicate with us in our way of communication, and that's lower for them. Think about that. They communicate telepathically. I'm not just saying this, I'm being 100% serious. A lot of those children are communicating telepathically. So take a moment. If you have an autistic child or know somebody with an autistic child, encourage them to take a moment to just sit down, be still. Look at that child's diet. Make sure it's not full of all types of sugars and chemicals, preservatives. Look at the things you're putting on that child's body. Make sure the lotions don't have all kind of chemicals and different things like that. If you can't eat it, don't put it on their body. I'm going to also put inside of the link at the bottom a lot of resources for natural products of people that I support, that I know make things because I use them, and things like that. But with the autistic children, take a moment to be present with them. Feel them. If you have a daughter, son that's autistic, hug them and just be present in that moment. When they start getting angry because they can't imagine having all of this awareness and not being able to communicate it, and everybody's like trying to stuff you full of drugs and think that you're crazy. Be still. Be present for these children. They will teach you so much about yourself, about the things that you lack, about the things that you have, about where we are going as a planet, as a people, as a species, as a vibration. It's very healing. And I guarantee you, if you take a moment to be present with some of these children, your baby, and if they have behavioral issues, or if they have been just angry, some of them throw things, get angry and upset, very emotional, that a lot of that will level out. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I have clients with autistic children that when the autistic children get around me, guess what happens? They don't. They don't fight. They don't cry. They don't scream. They're calm. And I just sit there and I look at them and I smile. And they look at me and I smile, and they smile, and we communicate. It strengthens my ability to communicate telepathically, but at the same time, it also allows for them to feel accepted. They still have those feelings of that we have, of wanting to be accepted, loved. Those are some of those grounding feelings. They don't want to be medicated at every single turn, but I digress. I'm going a totally on a different way. But I just feel like it's important, because those are some of the children. A lot of the children are being born with different abilities that we look as disabilities. Everything's backwards. I mean, I look at having to utilize this talk, this speech, these words, these curses, this sorcery as a disability, because it's disabling. With every word we speak, we are speaking a spell. This grammar is of the grimoire. It's a spell. So with these children, they just be. It's beautiful. It's beauty filled. And I'm honored to work with them when I do. It's always a learning experience. I love working with children, and I love being able to assist. But as far as with the home birthing, at home, like, okay, so You have your birth plan, you're getting everything together. A lot of these things need to be established no later than, week 35. This is what I feel as far as your birth plan, your bag, and all these things. Um, I make a mixture, a drink for women that has lemon, honey, water, a little bit of chamomile, and sometimes I'll like put in, a magnesium and calcium type of supplement, and with 4 cups of water, and I'll put the recipe, or I'll post it on Twitter. So look at my @mention name, but and that's something that they drink on, and that's just to help replenish. I don't really utilize a bunch of herbs during the birthing process because the woman's body has a lot of things going on anyway. Um, Bunch of people do not need to be around when this child is coming in. You don't need all these other foreign energies. That's one. These are just what I feel. Two, music. All these things. Those are vibrations. Those are programs. Leave the music out. If anything, get a nice drum. And if somebody wants to play a drum, play a drum. You don't need the radio and all these things going. You don't need cameras. You don't need all these technology things, Wi Fi. Try to cut all of that out to welcome in this child, to be present for this child. Incense, scent, all those type of things do not need to be burning. All of these smells, all of these things are programs, they're vibration. They interfere with the download. Stay away from the music and the incense. This is just me. This is what I've experienced. Okay? The placenta and the baby share an auric field, a space. They are one essentially when they are born. After the 7-day period, and the placenta and the umbilical cord fall off naturally through the lotus birthing process, you notice that the energy of the child changes, and the child is then more present for you. It's very symbolic of this child saying goodbye to this placenta, the little mother. Um, a lot of people ask, Khemmy, should I eat it? Should I do this? No, don't. Again, my opinions. That's nasty. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sorry. That's not nice. It is nice. It's not whatever. But that's nasty to me, in my opinion. When women do it, when I have women that want that done, they ask me. I'm very honest, but I tell them, if you want to do it, that's up to you. But don't expect for me to dry it out and capsule it for you. I'll show you how to. I'll tell you how to do it. Um, what do I do with the placenta? I do custom lotus kits, and the lotus birthing, it just has a lot of different herbs to cure it, with salt and things like that, so it doesn't stink and all that kind of good stuff. And do that along with, of course, the bag and all that, and I put seeds and in there, so that you can either put it in the ground and plant it and have the seeds in there, and it'll sprout up and do whatever flowers. People love that. It's so beautiful. Or make it something special, where you take the placenta, dig a hole, bury it, and put a tree on top, and it that can be representative of your child as it grows, as the tree grows. Your child, it grows, and that's something that you guys can share. There is no point into eating placentas. I see it all over the place. Whatever is in that placenta is in you. There's no you think if I eat myself I'm gonna get more nutrients? No, that information, that DNA is already in there. That information is already in there. I don't see the benefit. I've never seen it medically. I don't see it energetically, and I don't support it. Now, these are my opinions, so if I see it and I say, oh, wait a minute, I was wrong, I'll come back and I'll make a revision video and apologize and all that kind of good stuff. But these are my opinions, so I don't feel that engaging in eating of the flesh, your own flesh, is necessary. There's so many other beautiful ways to put back the nutrients into the body, so it's not necessary. Um, Chamomile tinctures, amazing. Um, you can look some of these up. Of course, I'm gonna post um, healing to help with the contractions and everything for after birth. There's a tincture. I have a tincture recipe for that. Um, relaxing, just relaxing during the birthing process and everything. There's a lot of herbs and things that cannot be utilized during birthing. Um, I like for digestion and for nausea and things like that, the peppermint and ginger, those are good. However, peppermint is not good in larger quantities or really during when you're breastfeeding uh, because, of course, it stops milk production. Um, there's just so many different things to take into consideration when you're thinking about the natural childbirthing. But it's beautiful. Do some research. Have fun with it. Um, Make sure you're comfortable. Don't let them try to tell you don't move. If you need to move, if you need to stretch, if you need to get a ball. If you're doing it in a hospital, get one of those big workout balls and take it with you. Have your king, have your consort, have your friend, have everybody. You know, bring some, bring the ball. Bring a nice little comfortable beanbag chair. Bring some things that you might need just to get comfortable. There is no right or wrong way to give birth. As far as positioning, the squatting position is a very is popular. But a lot of times you see women on their back. That's not very efficient. Just saying. But yeah. So what else was I gonna say? Touch on that. There was a few things I took. I haven't looked at my notes, but I did because I sometimes get off. I'm like do 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 do. Da, da, da. I think that was it. Was that it? Yeah, that was it. I got everything. Yeah, I didn't even have to look at my notes. I said I'm gonna start taking little notes so that I don't get so way off and just be in la la land about everything. But yes, birthing, home birth, unassisted birth, if you want to do a natural birth in the hospital, whatever you decide to do your research. Know that as a womb, you have everything in you that you need to go through this process without, essentially, without assistance, without doctors, without these things. But if you choose to go through those different routes, there's also ways that you can have control over the things that go in your body and how you are treated at the hospital. Now, I know that in some states, home birthing and all these stuff is illegal. So if it's illegal in your state and all that kind of stuff, um, you know, you know. So, but anyway, that's just my views. I just sharing some of the things that I feel that I know, and hopefully it's something that you can use. I love what I do. Being a doula, and an herbalist and everything is like the most rewarding thing. I love being able to help women. Oh, breastfeeding. I hear this all the time. I'm not producing enough milk. Literally, when your child is first born, your child's stomach is literally this size. Is that size. It I guarantee you are producing enough milk. It's literally that size. It's not big at all. You are producing enough milk. Don't let them tell you that you're not producing enough milk. Don't let them try to get you to supplement and have to do all this kind of stuff. The more you feed, the more milk you produce. The less you feed, the less milk you produce. If you are pumping, because you are a working mother, make sure that you're pumping as often as you would feed. So if your child feeds every hour, pump every hour. If your child feeds every 2 hours, pump every 2 hours. If your child feeds whatever, because your body is going to produce what you use, it's not going to overproduce. It's going to produce what it knows that you use. So that is another big thing, the breastfeeding, utilizing natural things, cloth diapers, okay, are great, essential. If your child goes to daycare or do whatever and they can't do the whole cloth diaper thing, I get it. There's so many cute cloth diapers though. When my son was in cloth diapers, I had just plain white diaper with the little pin, and that was it. And it was just, you had to be like a origami, do how to do origamis and everything to get it just right. Now they look like regular diapers, and they just have Velcro, zoop zoop. They're super absorbent. It's not even a problem. It's pretty neat actually. But the cloth diapers lessen the chances of infections, rashes, all these things, and um, it also helps the child to be able to be potty trained quicker because they feel when they're wet more. and things like that. But if you can't do that, then just when they're at, daycare or whatever, try to find some chlorine free natural diapers, and then when they're home, let them either walk around naked and free, or the cloth diapers. So just those are just some things to think about. Um, I think that's going to be it for today. If anybody has any questions, you can reach me on Twitter. Um, my website is healthyself360.com. My Twitter name is at melanated, MELINATED beauty, and Heal Thyself 360. That's it. And I'm also on Instagram. So if anybody has any questions and I can answer them, or I can direct you to somebody who can answer them, I'd be more than happy to. I am so excited to be here. I am so excited to help. I am so excited. I am feeling amazing today, and I hope you are too. Have a beauty-filled day, full of courage, full of love, full of fearlessness, clarity, all of that good stuff. Thank you.